All right, happy Friday, y'all. I'm going to try to make this update short and sweet. We are right at the end of our first week of trading. It's a little after 2 p.m. here on the West Coast. We're in Los Angeles. The foreign exchange markets have been open since Sunday at 2 p.m. They've been open 24 hours a day for the last 5 days. They just closed today, 2 p.m. here in Los Angeles. Today's Friday. My first week of running these algorithmic softwares, these bots from NERP. And by the way, just want to say, besides being a customer, I have no affiliation with NERP. I'm not paid to promote their products. I'm just kind of documenting my experience. I feel like there's a lot of interest in foreign exchange and certainly automated softwares that do the trades for you in the foreign exchange space. It's what got my attention. Man, as mentioned in other videos, I would normally learn a lot more about foreign exchange trading or any investment opportunity before hopping in. But because of the due diligence I did on this company and the software that they have and people that I know that are actually using the software and have been for 6 months or longer and seeing what their experience and their success has been, I'm making a bet on that and leaning on that to allow me to start making money, get in motion, set this semi-passive income stream to work for me. And then I'm trying to learn along the way. I've been spending a lot of time studying, going through the course materials, joining the Zooms that they have almost every day. They have open office hours on. It's crazy the amount of support, information, and the also just the sharing between other customers and users, best practices, trial and error experiences, etc. So I will keep learning, I will keep sharing, but what I wanted to share with you today is just an overall performance update on the first week. I'm happy to report we are up 1.2% on this account in 1 week. Think about that for a second. 1.2% in a week, 5% a month, that's 60% a year if it keeps at this pace, right? Like there's going to be fluctuations and variations. Some months are going to be better than others. That goes without saying. However, I think the rate at which it's performing currently is still something that I anticipate to improve. Everything that I've heard about these bots, everything I've read, seems to say that there's a bit of a warm-up period where these, they kind of get going slowly and then they start picking up the pace and becoming more active. Fair enough. So on the $60,000 account, that was the initial investment I put in here, $717 in profit. That's 1.2% gain. Just for some other information. By the way, what I'm using right now is not my broker account. It is not the NERP software. I'm using a website called myfxbook.com. It's an independent third-party site that you give access to your brokerage account, and then it provides a ton of information, analysis, statistics around the performance of your account. So I'm loving how much information it provides. Again, I'm probably barely scratching the surface, just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak, so far. But the kind of information I'm looking at, one, shows me the total number of trades that have closed, 101 trades. The win percentage on this is over 90%. It's amazing. The software is doing its job as far as I can tell. You can see the average length of the trade. It says 17 hours. That's gone up a lot. Like in the last couple days, there were some trades, some martingale trades. So it had like bought in or like initiated a trade at a certain level, expected it to go one direction, it went the other. So it bought in again and again and again. It's like 4 or 5 trades. And then there was some time that passed, a couple of days, before there was a reversal in the trend, and then we got to break even and then to the take profit point as kind of dictated by the software. I just let it ride. I haven't touched it. So this is not manipulated. This is just letting the software do its thing. 1.2%, as I mentioned, 101 trades closed, 90% win rate. What else can I tell you? Well, I guess this is an important one. There's some people that think that ForEX is a scam, or certainly these bots are scams, and I know that there's probably a great variance in quality and reliability depending on who's created, where you're getting your software from. You can also, like, depending on how you use it, it can make a big difference. Some people get greedy or just really aggressive, or just, maybe they know more, and so they're setting their own configurations, a lot more aggressive, buying larger lot sizes, etc. And I'm not doing that. I'm staying much closer to recommended. I'm not at the super conservative level. I'm a little bit higher than that, but a little bit higher than that. Not trying to get rich overnight, trying to make this work. But one of the questions that I have, because there's a lot, like every investment has some inherent risk. This foreign exchange in general is considered it's a higher risk. Anytime you see higher potential gains or yields, like, typically it coincides with the risk level. But there's also a section of this site that I find interesting that says risk of ruin, and it shows you like the percentage chance of you blowing your whole account. And happy to report here that it shows less than 0.01%. It also shows you an interesting statistic. This says that for me to blow the entire account, it would require 2,101 consecutive losing trades. Now that's to blow the whole account. But what if I was worried about losing 10%? There's a whole chart here. So the risk of losing 10% of my account still shows less than 0.01%, and it says it would require 210 consecutive losing trades. It's interesting because, again, like, from the performance I've seen so far, out of the last 100 trades, over 90 of them have been winners. And I don't think I've had a single, like, none of the losers were consecutive at all. 0 consecutive losing. This is saying to even lose 10% of my account, the algorithm would have to get it wrong consecutively 210 times. Find that interesting. Anyway, long story short, sorry, I told you I'd make this short, went a little longer than I planned, but good news is, man, so far so good. We're making some money, we're having some fun, we're learning a lot, and I do expect it to just get better from here. But I will keep you updated. Till then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.